All right, welcome back to the Playoff Podcast. Today we got a very special guest. We have a reoccurring guest, Conor Janvrin, and then we have two seniors from Edward Little High School going into the playoffs. We have Akol Maiwen and Cedric Makelele. So, boys, how's it going? We're here. It's the playoffs. You guys have a game this Saturday, a rematch against Hampden. How you guys feeling?
I think it's going to be a good game. Last time, we kind of turned over the ball a little bit too much on travel calls. They couple, questionable, but, we'll leave it. But, they're a good team, though. They move the ball well. But, I think we just played, really good against them second half. We were able to hit shots, get in transition, all that. So I think it'll be another good game for us.
Yeah, cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely gonna be a good game. Looking to obviously get the dub, but just understanding that they're gonna have some fight and getting our guys to stay together. Trusting each other and just take it one step at a time. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you held them to 5 points in the first quarter. Looking to have that some defensive matchup, or are you trying to light it up on offense?
Yeah, for us, our big emphasis is always defense. It starts on defense for us. It helps us get out in transition, and it feeds fuel to the fire for us. It gets us going every single time.
No, yeah, they like to shoot a lot, so we're kind of like trying to get up, and press them a little bit, so they can put the ball down, disrupt their offense and all that. So
yes, sir. So you have a new coach this year. How's that been transitioning? Are you guys learning as it's going on, as the season, like going back to your first game against Camden Hills? How has your team progressed throughout the season?
Yeah, our teams, we've done tremendous. We've our chemistry is through the roof. We all believe in each other, shoot the ball well, and we're a whole different team from the beginning of the year. And we're just ready to go out there and show everybody else why we believe we can compete for a state championship.
No, yeah, I think at first, I think for all of us, since we played under Coach Ad for 2 years, I think with a new coach coming in, I think it was just kind of weird for us at first, but I think it's just the emphasis that he wanted to win and all that. I think that's just kind of snapped it in together. It's like another good coach to play against.
Yeah, he also had to learn you guys, and I'm sure it's a big thing. I'm sure you guys are coming together at the right time.
No, yeah, we knew each other individually and all that, but I think it's just him knowing new players and all that. It took him a while to adjust and all that, but we came together at the end. Yep. we played good with each other and stuff like that. And, we're still playing good.
Yeah, so it is. You guys are both seniors. How's it been? How's it been this year, knowing this is your senior year?
Yeah, it's been a lot to take in. I feel I just gotta cherish every moment. Just enjoy it while it lasts, and just work my hardest at all times.
No, yeah, it's been kind of crazy. The past 4 years kind of been fast. You don't really believe it at first when they say it's gonna go by fast, but it has been. I think just really do cherishing everything. Not taking anything for granted. I think
Yeah, you can talk about with Conor. He had senior year, back-to-back state championship. You remember your senior years and soaking up those last final moments out on the court with your high school team.
Yeah, just cherishing every moment. Just the growth you see. It's win or go home at that point. And obviously you guys lost Camden Hills first game of the season, and the last time I was here, I talked about how I think you guys have grown since then, and I just think. Yeah.
We settled in way more, since then, But I think just that playing that game, it really just set us how we we can play at that level every single time.
Yeah, to start the game out with that first 1 and 2 seed, obviously, I feel like it's a cool way you guys might be able to see how that rematch matches up at the end.
You guys were coming into the season. Obviously, you had the final possession at the end of the game, but then obviously it didn't go your way. Do you guys want to play him again?
Yeah, I think whoever we see, we're going to go out there and work. It don't matter who we're playing. It don't matter, who we got with us. And that's the culture we got playing at EL, just always go out there and work and trust in each other. And that's the biggest emphasis all the time.
No, yeah, I definitely want to play Camden again. I do want to play them again. They are a fun team to play against. They have great players. Obviously Nolan and all that. But I just think they all fit each other very well. They all are a key piece of their team and stuff like that. So just playing them again, just have a lot on the table. Win or go home. I think it's just gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, thinking back to this season, What were some of your favorite places to play, other than EL, obviously, going back?
I think honestly, Lewiston, that was a good spot to play. It's rivalry, and York was a pretty good one. Honestly, I like when they got good sections.
I was gonna say I was rewatching your York game.
Yeah,
and they have a really good student section right under the
Yeah, exactly.
basket.
Yeah,
They're normally on the side, but they're right under the basket.
No, I did that. Yeah, that was a fun place to play. I guess the Civic Center. I guess we played Brewer. Just playing just like trying it out. For playoffs or whatever. But I think that's another good spot to play. I like that court. Yeah.
I didn't see that game. How was matching up like against Ollie? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean he's a tough player. He's big. He can shoot the ball and put it on the floor. Props to him. So I went out there match up, and I just go out there. Every day like I got to prove something. So it was tough, but he's a great player.
No, yeah, he's a lot stronger than he looks. I think like he rebounds very well, especially him being that tall or whatever. But no, yeah, he's a good player though. I like playing against Brewer too. Brewer wasn't a bad team.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of rebounding, I was doing some research for this. Max Preps has you top 3 in your class for rebounds. Says you got eight rebounds per game, and as a guard, that's pretty impressive. So I think that's pretty cool. Watching some of your game film, it's something that I don't think you'd expect from a guard or someone that's like your size. That's not a 6'6" player or something.
No, yeah, I think I just take a lot of pride in that. Our coach, coach emphasized like all 5 guys are crashing glass. It doesn't matter how tall you are. At the end of the day, it's just effort. I think I just put like a lot of effort into that. And I'm a lot stronger than I look. I think people kind of take it for granted, but like I'm always willing to box out, get a rebound. Second chance points. Pushing transition, all that. So like. I like rebounding, it just at the end of the day I'm a dog, I like to do it. So
you play like a dog. Yeah. I noticed that last year.
Yeah.
What? Coach
No, so
let's not pause, bro.
Let's not pause.
So,
bro,
Unc's head's in the gutter.
no, so talking about rebounding, just obviously you lost Ding, that paint presence last year. Just we talked about your senior year. Just how has it been stepping up, losing that big contributor?
Yeah, it's big shoes to fill. He's a great player for us last year. Did a lot for us, but we couldn't dwell on what we had. We first thing in the summer, it's like it's a new squad. It's step one. We gotta earn everything this year and rely on each other now. It's us against everybody else, and we just keep going out there and working.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's like losing Ding. Yeah, that was a big piece for us. But at the end of the day, we do gotta focus on what we have right now, the present moments or whatever. So I think it's just like each guy stepped up, and just took took their role seriously and said still remember Ding and what we had last year, but just focus on what we got right now.
Yeah, both of you were still really involved last year, like in the playoff stretch and all of that. So you guys were comfortable with the position. I was just wondering for you, because that's your brother and you've played with him obviously your whole. What was that first time, like first game of the season? I guess Camden Hills. What was it like not having him by your side?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It was tough. It really made me realize I gotta step up. Be the leader that these guys need. It's my senior year, and I understand the expectations I have for myself, for my team, and just instilling that in each other, and just understanding. I have to fill those roles and be that player. So.
A lot of less lobs to see, less dunks, that kind of excitement. But I just think it was really fun to play with Ding, and all. But we still have like Akol, so I think we're good.
Yeah. We can talk about last year's playoffs. Colin, you guys played each other. You and Conor. If you guys remember that game, I have some photos I can pull up so you guys can.
That was a good game.
Remember it. If you guys remember facing off at all, this was a regional final game that was pretty close. It was a great game. There's you and your boy Ding.
Remember AJ hitting that? I think it was a halftime buzzer or whatever.
Yeah, Cedric opened up the game, got that and won.
Yep. Conor, do you remember playing in this game, playing against them? What was that?
Yeah, it was exciting. Obviously Ding, he's gonna have dunks, but just fighting back from like momentum like that. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what was guarding AJ like, playing against AJ?
Yeah, AJ, I'm gonna be honest, he's he's what every coach like wants on their team. He's a dog. He does every little things, and he sacrifices a lot for his team. So it was like trying to get him out his rhythm, kind of. And it's tough. It's tough to do with players like that, but he can shoot it. But I just out there, like I take every matchup personally. And, I just want to go out there and get out with the dub. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but it's steps in the right direction.
Getting experience that late into the season is priceless, I think. And now you guys this year will be even more comfortable on those courts. You guys excited for that?
No, yeah, we really are. I just think it's like getting to that court though. I just like you're always like nervous at first, but like I think it's like you start to play and get into the game. He's like those nerves will wear off. You're just like ready to play under the lights and all that. So I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Have you guys been, other than EL, have you been paying attention to any teams? Either A South, obviously A North.
Nah, yeah, definitely. I've been watching I watched a couple Sanford games. I saw some of that. Sanford, they're really good. We played them. We did play them in preseason. With their new coach, Morgan. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
with John Morgan.
Yeah. He's a good coach. Sanford's a nice team. I can't lie. They have shooters. Luke, the younger brother. Yeah, he's tough. No, he's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of teams. So obviously for North, you gotta watch our film on those guys.
Yes, sir.
But also the South, they got tough teams. Every night there's a tough matchup. I think Chevers was really good too.
Yeah, Kalon. Yeah.
Kalon
and now they're healthy because there was a stretch there where they weren't healthy, and Kalon had to honestly just like take the reins.
Yeah, they came to Wyndham. Yeah, they were playing Wyndham, and I think they had like one starter out of their 5 now.
No, I think J-Mo like hurt his hip or whatever. I think he was out for a couple games and all that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's gonna help Kalon in the long run too.
I agree. It's almost like what happened with Cooper and the Mavs with those players.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he was allowed Cooper to step up and take on a bigger scoring role.
It's gonna help him elevate his game a lot too.
There's a lot of good freshmen right now. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for you guys, if you could choose one team from the South to play, like who do you think would be the best matchup for you guys?
Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't even choose a singular. Like I'm ready to play anybody. I go out every game. Like whoever we playing, that I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to fight.
No, yeah, I would say like the 3 teams I do want to play. I would want to play Sopo, Chevers, and Wyndham. I think those three teams I would really want to play.
Get back.
Yeah. I think that would be great if you guys rematch against Wyndham. I think that would be great.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
It's 2 juniors that came back senior. You have Tyree and AJ up in Wyndham, so I think that would be really entertaining. But I think the reclass this year made things a lot more interesting, honestly.
It did. Yeah, it's definitely a lot different. I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
No, the South is stacked. It's kind of like hard to say like who's really gonna come out because like some games everybody having their best game. Like I saw Thornton went on a couple runs too, like with Deshaun and all them. Like
this Saturday there's all these quarterfinal games. We were just looking at them. I don't know. We don't know.
I know it's so hard because they want to go home time. It's like and like anybody can win. It's gonna be hard to say, but like it's all gonna be great games though.
Yeah, it's a game of runs, and these teams like Portland, for example, they can just go on a run and they have so much energy.
They can go with anybody. Like
when we gets hot on defense though, like oh my gosh.
Yeah, once you get momentum, it's that's my favorite part about basketball, seeing a team getting that momentum shift and just getting hype. That's so
exactly. Yeah,
I would say what's your favorite part about like basketball if you had to pick one thing?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. So last year with Ding on my team, it was those transition lobs. You can't beat them, but I think I love getting hitting the 3 and getting a stop. I think that's the best way to get your team going. Just get up and press. Get in people's faces. Talk your smack. Just work.
No, yeah. For me, I would say like if you get a bucket or whatever, I'm gonna under end take a charge or whatever. And get another bucket, take a charge. I like those type of momentums for us. Yeah, when we played Oxford this year. Sean was able to get a dunk on the end. I come back the other end. I took a charge or whatever. Those type of momentums for us is like it's just amazing to see it. No, yeah.
So what has that been like? Obviously, Ding graduated, but you had Sean come in. Has he?
Yeah, I mean, Challenge, he's a great player. You know, like rebounding wise, he does great for us. And you know, he does all the little things for us. You know, defensively, he's a great defensive presence. You know, I mean, it was great for him. You know, I think it was a good move for him this year. But yeah, he's falling into those roles and he's getting close with the team and adjusting. Yeah.
No, yeah, he definitely picks up the slack for us on the defensive end. Like, you know, just using his length and all that. Like, I just think, you know, he's like, we have that another big presence again, you know, like we have with Ding or whatever. So, like, with defense, though, we're still there. You know, offense side, we might, like, slack on the inside a little bit, you know, but, like defensively, like, we're still there. So, I think, you know, adding Chun was, like, another great addition for us. Yeah.
Thinking back to you said lobs last year in the playoffs, you had 2, I think it was the Chevers game. I forget. I think it might have been the semifinal. You had 2 lobs to Ding in one game.
Nah, that was against Wyndham.
Oh, that was against Wyndham? Yeah. That's hilarious. No way. Oh,
yeah, he caught one over my boy Brayson. And
Oh, yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, I got remember getting both of those. Cause watching you two brothers play was so fun just because like the chemistry and all that was so fun. I saw your quarterfinal versus Lewiston, and you had another lob. For that game.
It was legit. You know, once I seen him put his head down, start running off the court, I'm like, all right, bro, hold on, it's coming right here. Just toss it up, Dink somewhere. He's somewhere up there, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lewiston, I know we were talking about, you know, the classes changed enough. Some things are different, but some things are the same. That Battle of the Bridge, you and Lewiston, you guys played this year. You want to speak on that and what's about that?
No, yeah. Rivalry games have always been exciting at Lewiston. It doesn't matter. Like, I just feel like when, like, no matter like what seed like the record is, like going to Lewiston game is like everybody gains like 10 plus attributes. You know, like seriously, bro. Like everybody gets 10 plus attributes, but everybody's going crazy. Like it's just fun to like those games are just exciting to play at like every single time.
Yeah, bro. The atmosphere is it's always legit. You know, it reminds you of a playoff game, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But you know, first game when we played at their house, we lost a buzzer beater. You know, going into our second game, it was our senior night. You know, it was at our house, and we're coming off an L from that. You know, so we were out there. We were ready to work. We got some grade. You know, we got our reason. You know, and we went out there. We killed. You know, we did what we had to do. But yeah.
What did you guys do differently? I know that first game obviously was close, like down to the wire. Then that second game, it was like a blowout.
Yeah, you know, it was a lot of guys stepped up. You know, like defensively. Like I said, it always starts on defense for us. But, you know, guys were hitting shots. And then also on top of that, like it was just we were ready to work, bro. Like we were doing all those little things. We were trusting each other. And that's what makes us seem what we are,
Yeah.
No, yeah. Like we started to do the little things a little bit more. You know, we like first game, like we were watching the film, like we was not communicating on defense. I think it's the one that really killed us. We were like, you know, pushing in transition as we should have been, you know, let them set up in their zone. And I think that really killed us, you know. And just like turnovers too, like we weren't taking care of the ball, like lazy passes and all that. Yeah, but like, after the second time we played them, like we fixed those little things, you know, going into that, you know, made good passes, pushing transition, you know, just talked on defense, you know, rebound a lot better. I think, you know, that really helped us.
Yeah, seeing you guys in a playoff game would be electric because those regular season games.
Last year, first round of playoffs, we played them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That got heated.
Yeah, that was fun. They had Adam, right?
Yeah, they had Adam.
AD,
Jeffrey,
Lonnie.
Yeah.
But nah, that was legit, bro. Because it was coming off of lost to them at their house again. And then it was our senior night. And then literally like a week later, we played them at our crib again.
Yeah.
I was at that one. That was a lot of fun.
That was a good game.
Gosh.
That was great. And they have Casey's stepped up to take on a bigger role. What's he like playing against him?
Nah, Casey's a good player. Like he really gets them into the offense and all that. Like he is like a true point guard for them. You know, he can shoot the ball very well. He loves getting to that mid. He gets his spots very well, I would say. You know, trying to make him uncomfortable and pressure, like he's like very hard to do, whatever, because he's always like in control and all that. But yeah, nah, he's good. He's a good player to play against. Yeah.
Yeah. Seems fun. I saw him play against Gray, and he's always a fun player to watch.
No, yeah, he is. He keeps him under control, like especially like in big moments, like you know if it's a close game, yeah, he gets him like under control and all that too. Like so, like having that person on your team, like
a true point guard.
Yeah, exactly. It's so beneficial for them. Yeah.
What's Grayson been like this year? I know last year.
Grayson, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, he's a dog too. He gets up, he cleans the boards very well.
Is that number 5?
Yeah. So he cleans up the boards very well. You know, he gets those putbacks for them. He can shoot the ball. You know, his mid range is nice. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of flaws in his game. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a couple shooters off the bench. It seems like that can come in and.
No, yeah, we have David. David can shoot very well. It's our starters too, Julian and Christian, like and Carson, like they can shoot very well. Like our team like very.
That's our biggest thing, bro. We can shoot 1 through 8, 1 through 9.
Yeah. It's gotta be nice having that because obviously it's like not every game you can play the entire game. So having that.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling where you can rely on those other guys. I think that's honestly, in my opinion, one of the things that. You see it with Wyndham can take you to that, take you all the way.
No, honestly, they have another shooter. They have another shooters again. Yeah, like some of the kids I didn't know. Like we played them in preseason or whatever. But like that number 5 kid for them can shoot pretty well for them. Yeah.
Playing preseason, I ain't gonna lie. Conor was giving out work.
Colin smacked us for
I ain't
sure.
gonna lie. He's giving out work. He's doing his thing, bro.
Colin's going crazy.
I said that. I called that. I hope you guys play Wyndham. So
he's got that inside spin move.
Yeah.
Now he's just shooting threes.
Yeah, he's physical as hell. Yeah.
He got on the rim a couple times this season, right?
I saw a couple videos of that. I saw a couple videos of that. During him and AU, he got up.
I remember when you guys played last year. He stepped up late in the game and had a couple big plays because he was guarding your brother.
Last year, that was their thing. I was like going to the game. I'm like, bro, like we can't let him hit those. He gets those momentum shifters.
Yeah,
he had like 16 against you guys, and I was like,
damn, bro.
He got like offensive rebound, put back, and one, and then it just gets.
He starts flexing.
I
remember someone made a video and it pans to the coach and he's flexing with them. And I was like, no.
It might have been me. I don't know. Good, but well, come playoffs, there's so many clips, bro.
Yeah.
We want to talk a little bit about your brother going to D1, going to Knox.
Yeah, so this year he did a postgraduate year at Knox. You know, it was a great school. I went down on with the visit with him. You know, it was a great school. You know, it was isolated school. You know, he's just been out there working every single day. You know, checking on him a couple times, but he's put on some weight. He's committed to FDU. It's huge for him. You know, like seeing him get that. You know, it means a lot to us. You know, our family. You know, because a lot of people count him out. You know, he just put his head down and worked.
I was gonna say he called us one time when we were recording with Lionel, and he was talking a little bit about that D1 like schedule, and I'm sure you've heard the work he's had to put in and prep school. Apologize. Prep school, not D1 for the post grad year, and how the work ethic is just completely different from going from high school to a legit like prep school, and then eventually going D1, and just hearing stories from him, I'm sure has made you work a little bit harder.
Yeah, you know, it inspires me. You know, like see my brother go out there and put up numbers and put on for the team. You know, put on for the family, put on for Maine for real. You know, and just it shows you like, yo, anybody can do it for real. You know, like don't let nobody count you out and tell you can't do nothing. You feel me?
No, yeah, like it's like every time Ding comes back, whatever, like when he's usually on break or whatever, like us, like me, Akol, and Chun and Ding, like we'll go like to a gym, whatever, and like we'll play or whatever, and it's
don't
like
let him fool you though. I give him the work.
I've seen some clips.
It's funny because they start Ding and Akol trying to get into it. They were like, me and Akol trying to back off like them on the ones, whatever. Yeah. So it's fun to see.
Yeah.
But like it's every single time like he comes back, whatever, like you know he just gets like 10 times better or whatever. Like, he just like, really shows that he is putting that work in. You know, he's taking basketball like very, very seriously. You know. And it's like it's appreciating him back because now he's D1 though. Like we always knew that Ding always had a potential. Yeah. You know, he just needed a couple people to believe in him, and he always believed in himself every single time. You know, he really put that work in. So yeah, I'm happy to see that for him. You know, he really deserves it. Yeah.
Repping Maine, super happy for him. I remember last year. Him at the dunk contest up north.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun to see. That was fun to see. That was fun to watch. Yeah.
He jumped over 3 kids. That was fun. Shout out Ding, bro.
Yeah.
You guys have plans to play after high school?
Yeah, I've talked to coaches. You know, I think I'm gonna play at a D3 level. You know, maybe like stay in Maine. Maybe try to go out of state. You know, I kind of do want to stay in that New England area. But yeah. You know, just taking one step at a time, you know, trying to see where the journey will take me, you know. But, you know, I know God got me. So, like, you know, whatever he has in plan, you know, I'm happy to see. Yeah.
Yeah, so also, you know, I'm hoping my end goal is just play at the highest level ever, you know. And so this upcoming year, I'm hoping maybe go a post-grad year, you know, or you know, if the opportunity is there, you know, after this AAU season, spring season, like, just go college. But I want to play. the goal is Division 1. So yeah, just whatever I can do.
Yes, sir. So, sounds great. You guys both love basketball, so obviously you're not
No,
going to
yeah.
be dropping the ball anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
We can pivot from high school ball to some more fun stuff. You go watching the NBA.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about some fights.
Crazy though, yeah.
Both Monday night. Yeah,
No,
bro.
both on a Monday too.
Yeah,
Both
bro.
on a Monday.
I was hyped, bro. I was turned.
Nah, this guy, I didn't see that. You started to see him scuffle, bro. That dude jumped off the fence.
Oh my god, like, he literally just there to fight. He's there to fight, bro.
It's not his first one either. Like
No,
he's
yeah.
bugging. Like
Like, I remember a couple years ago when when LeBron the Lakers played them,
Like,
he was
yeah, like
bleeding or
Russell
whatever.
Westbrook.
And he was, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He's like,
I remember seeing one clip of him just like trying to
Yeah,
climb
like,
through people.
What you
Yeah.
supposed to do, though? Like, yo, you coach, bro. Like, I ain't stopping this guy, bro.
nah,
It's a
they're
team.
really grown men, bro. Like it's just like, yo, nah, it's
Nah, but
crazy.
Is there like players you study or like players you watch?
Yeah, I mean, I think I like to watch a lot of SGA, KD. KD's lengthy player. He's simple game, gets to his spots. I think I really like his game. SGA. He plays smart. Plays the game to his advantages. That was a big goal for me going into this year. Just playing to my advantage. Always. Game of advantages. You feel me? So you just gotta understand that and just play to your best ability.
No, yeah, I think that the one player I kind of like try to model my game after is definitely Drew Holiday. I like, especially in the defensive end, just like his closeouts and the way he's like able to really beat the players to the spot. Like I try to take that away from him, and just his length too. Like he uses that, able to time the ball up with their dribbling, try to steal the ball and all that. No, yeah, and that him and Marcus Smart as well too. Like those
Makes so much sense. That
Yeah.
you watch them. Yeah.
No, yeah, those especially for guards, they might not be like the tallest, whatever, but they use their strength, and their IQ to help them on the defensive end very well. So
Yeah,
like that.
you were saying playing to your advantage and
Exactly.
what you can do on the court. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big class guys watching Drew Holiday defensive.
Who are like your favorite players of all time, like NBA?
Ooh. Kyrie, I can't lie. Kyrie's tough. I like Kyrie. LeBron, obviously, I would say. KD as well too. Watching them, yeah.
Yeah, I think me first is definitely KD, LeBron, and I mean, for third one, probably Kyrie. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Stephen Curry too.
yeah.
I was gonna say Curry. Curry's
But,
one of my
for
You
favorites.
can't go wrong with
No.
those guys.
Yeah,
you feel me?
no.
Bro, Curry changed the game.
No, yeah.
For real, like
No,
All
yeah.
right, I got a fun question. If you guys were to 2v2 and you can pick one teammate, dead or alive, who are you picking?
Ooh.
I'm going with my guy Cedric.
You
feel me? I don't know.
You have to 2v2 each other.
Oh,
So
you're
you're playing
2v2
and you're picking one
I
teammate.
pick one teammate?
You're picking one teammate.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I probably worded that weird.
Y'all know who I'm going with. D1 Ding.
Can't lie, that you probably take Ding. I'll probably take Chun low key. I have to take Chun.
Nah,
For the matches, bro. For the
Working out, bro.
for the
You
matches,
crazy?
bro.
Come on, bro.
Alright,
You crazy?
When he comes back, we can run it, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
I don't want to see that,
Alright.
bro. Y'all don't want to see that.
All right.
All right, what's your favorite go-to food place, like fast food place?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Hey.
McDonald's.
Fair
Love
enough.
McDonald's.
It's the goat.
McDonald's and Taco Bell, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Chipotle guy. I ain't gonna lie. Chipotle, that's my spot.
No, yeah.
Nice
I love
after a
Jersey
workout.
Mike's though. Jersey Mike's and Firehouse
He's trying to
stuff
switch
too.
it up to some healthy, like
Bro, McDonald's is like it's the goat. It's the OG.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong
there
with
is
it.
stuff wrong with McDonald's, bro. It's just nasty, bro.
Because he on the podcast.
Trying to act like I'm got
Well, Conor,
allergies.
what's your favorite place to go?
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
You can't go wrong with
Yeah,
Chipotle.
you can't go wrong with
like,
Chipotle.
I was
You really get
expecting-
to build what you get to make.
Yeah, I was expecting.
Subway too. Subway. I love Subway.
It's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your right now? What's your warm up song you guys are listening to or artist?
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie. I listen to a lot of Drake.
Yeah, I can't lie. In the locker room, we be listening to a lot of Chucky too. Like to start it off. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Get in that
Connor
mode.
loves Chucky. Connor loves Chucky. Yeah.
Nah,
No, Chucky. No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bro.
You guys have any like pre-game ritual, like something you do every time before a game?
Ooh.
Well, for me, before the game, I gotta grab some Firehouse, grab a sandwich. About an hour before the game, get there, get to the locker room like end of first quarter for JV game. Go in there, put on my gear, stretch out, get in that mode. Just isolate myself. Just locked in.
Nah, yeah, I'll kind of say the same, but I don't know. Like, I don't really have like a really go-to thing, but like always got stretch though. Like
Yes,
I something about like when I like if you don't stretch though with me, like I just feel like that's kind of weird. Like go right into playing, but like I just like stretch, get into that mode, take a couple minutes to yourself, then like start blasting that music and get lit for a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I know you're listening on full volume.
I already know he's listening to Young Boy.
We definitely are, exactly, bro. We are, bro.
One time he's watching Ding highlights, bro.
Gotta make like a Young Boy mix of you just like trying rebounds and just like
Straight defense,
straight defense mix. That'd be tough.
Top five, yeah.
What's like after the game? What's your post game snack or like post game drink?
Ooh. We gotta grab like those Welch's gummies from the coach's room, and like in the Gatorade. Nah, we definitely doing that. And the little popcorn. Nah, yeah, we be doing that.
All right, Merge, I'm about to put y'all on, yo. Grab yourself a little strawberry lemonade from the gas station and a honey bun, bro. You good for the whole
honey
night.
bun.
Nah,
Honey buns are valid. Honey buns are valid. Honey buns are valid.
bro.
So,
Tough
yeah.
gas station mix.
I'm telling you, pick that up on the way back to the crib. Hop in the shower, eat that after. You're knocked out for the whole night.
All right, we'll bring back to school. You guys ended on a 5-game win streak. How do you keep that energy and bring that intensity to the postseason?
I just think it's very different, with regular season and playoffs. There's like a lot, kind of more on the line. It's not really like next game. Just kind of keep that mentality where like we still want to win. We're still playing the same exact way that how we did the regular season. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It's not to stop. It's not taking our foot off the gas. All that. But like I just think going to that mentality that we do want to win. I think that's just the trendsetter for us. Going into the playoffs and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think a big thing for us is that we trying to instill with each other is just like understanding that those 5 wins or that last win, it don't mean nothing going into the playoffs. It's anybody's game. A lot of teams. A lot of people ain't, they ain't gonna look at Edward Little. They gonna be like, yo, these guys are winning the chip, So we take that underdog story. And we don't expect sympathy from others. We go out there and play our game and play for each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, sir. And yeah, I'd say postseason when it comes to playoffs, completely different season from regular season.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you think like the biggest difference between like regular season playoff games are?
I mean, I think obviously a big thing is guys are your game's gonna get critiqued down to the T. Teams are gonna be watching film on you, extra. Like they're gonna do a lot of the extra things because like they understand like yo, it's win or go home. It's not gonna be no like yo, come on yo, next practice we got to do this better. And just it's a lot different atmosphere too. Like it's guys, people gonna be screaming the whole game. You're not gonna be able to just look at your coach on the sideline and ask him yo what play we run. So just got to stay together and stay locked in.
No, yeah, the intensity is definitely like 10 times more. I think like one thing too. I think like a lot of guys tend to step up, like especially off the bench, like those 6th or 7th man, like they tend to really step up and like change like the energy for a lot of people. Like benches are 10 times more lit. Like everybody just in the mode. People are more talking more trash and all that. People getting in more into it. I think like. Just like the energy changes like a lot, like especially for the better too.
I was gonna say people stepping up. Max Rupp says you're averaging 22.9 points per game right now. You're leading your team. Obviously, you're just saying teams are looking at film a lot more intensively. They're probably gonna throw some different looks at you. How your teammates have to step up, obviously, and probably take up for these different looks you're gonna get in the postseason.
Yeah, I go in every game. Obviously I watch my film. I do my research, study my game. Just understand that I got flaws. So I try to get to my spots, and teams gonna cut those off. But it's kind of like I just look at it. Yeah, you gonna pick your poison. You feel me? Like if you gonna step extra hard on this one, I'm gonna get my teammate in the corner. He's gonna hit that every single time. So I believe in those guys 110% every single time.
No, yeah, like I think like especially like in the beginning, like a couple of games, like a coach scoring high numbers, that teams like start to see that, try to face guard him and all that. So like some of those shots that a coach is supposed to take, we told our teammates, you have to shoot the ball. You shooting the ball is gonna help us out a lot more. Take the pressure off and like on Akol, so he gets those more shots and gets us more open. All that. So you just like those teams that getting more into their confidence. If with us stepping up and try to help them out. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking, you guys have playoff experience. For like people watching this, whether they're freshmen, middle school, or whatever, what would you say if you had like one piece of advice to give to them for playing in these big moments?
Like nervousness is gonna get to you. Like it's gonna happen. It happens like every game for me. So I would just say like take into the moment. See where you are at. But when that ball goes up, just like calm yourself down. Take it one time, one step at a time. Just play your game. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. It's playoffs time. Try to make it more simple. Get the easy buckets and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I believe like guys are gonna be nervous, things like that. But I feel like nervousness leaves when you have preparation. So like just prepare yourself into every game. Watch your film, do your stuff, do your studies, and then on top of that, I feel like the biggest thing is always like it's got to be 5 guys all on the same page. You gotta keep your team together, and you gotta help your team in whatever way. And the reality of it is there's gonna be something you have to sacrifice, and you gotta do what you gotta do, and if you're willing to get to that end goal, you're gonna be willing to sacrifice those things for your team.
Yeah.
So like right now we have like this little break in between regular season and playoffs. You guys making sure you as the team stays together, and obviously you have practice right after this, but like outside of practice, outside of school, you guys sticking together, keeping that chemistry up.
No, yeah, we try to. A lot of people do have like a lot of things outside of basketball.
Yeah.
We try to like schedule things around, but like we tend to like we try to do like a team film. We try to do that at least a couple of times. If we can. We always like text each other in the group chat. Like what everybody's plans are today. Try to just still stay in that mode. As a team. To make sure everybody's still in the same page. Yeah.
Yeah. Our team is we look at each other more like brothers and teammates. So like
Yeah.
We don't feel like it's a task to like text and be like, yo, how you doing? You feel me? Like it's like, yo, that's my best friend. You feel me? Like I'm gonna hit him up, yo. You trying to go get some food? You trying to go hang out? So like it's bigger than just basketball for us, So
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it.
I was gonna say Conor definitely knows a lot about that, having that team chemistry and that family like aspect. Something I wanted to touch on was that first practice after the regular season ends, and you're gonna make it to the postseason. That first practice, you can speak on it as well. What's that like, knowing you're about to be competing for a gold ball?
It's just the intensity's up. Like Akol said, you just gotta trust everybody. And I liked what he said there. Just knowing that other teams are gonna throw different defenses at him. It's just how they work as a team. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you boys have to get going back to practice here soon. But if you had one thing that you could say to your freshman self, what would you say?
Ooh.
Just don't let nobody count you out. Just keep working, put your head down, and don't let nobody count you out. Don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing. Because if you believe in yourself, then it don't matter. Like the work always gonna show.
Yeah, I'd definitely say heart over height. There's definitely times, I was like, my freshman self, I was just like, it's kind of doubting myself, if I question if I still want to play, but I just like, it's just attitude and effort at the end of the day is where I can control, just keep working, just like trusting yourself and trusting your teammates, at the end of the day, they got your back, you got their backs, just keep loving the game, the game will end up loving yourself at the end of the day, so just keep putting that work in.
Sir, Conor, what would you say to your freshman self?
Just keep working.
All right, you guys have a game this Saturday up north. Go. Oh, camera's not on me. But anyways, just you guys get locked in for the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was a great episode. Anything else you guys want to say? Any shout outs?
Appreciate you guys. Shout out my boy Jonathan Sosa.
Just appreciate y'all for bringing us on the podcast. And
Of course, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, come support 5:30 Augusta Civic Center Saturday.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow these guys. Follow all of them on IG. Akol Maiwen. You got Cedric Makelele and Conor Janvrin. Make sure you go follow them. Like, subscribe. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun. Comment if you have any suggestions or people you want us to bring on. And thank you. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.